can you tell us a little bit about SBA eligibility criteria?
SBA eligibility criteria, interestingly enough, is pretty much the same across the board for all lenders: size, type of business, employees, etc. The underlying credit criteria per lender will change, but the criteria of the lender itself is all pretty much the same, because remember this: the SBA doesn't lend money. SBA, Small Business Administration, agency of the U.S. government, billions of dollars to help small businesses buy or grow, basically guarantees a bank loan. So if you bank with XYZ Bank and you go in for an SBA loan, what the bank is doing is they're asking the SBA to guarantee that bank that if you default, the SBA will make the bank whole. So here are some of the criteria, starting with, I mentioned credit. The credit rating of the borrower is at the top of the list. If you've got a really bad credit rating, the SBA is not for you. You don't have to have a perfect credit rating, but you need to have a modest to good credit rating. The second is collateral. Many SBA lenders are going to require full collateralization. So let's say, as an example, you're going to use the SBA loan to buy a business for $300,000. The SBA says that business has $100,000 of assets or value. They're going to want another $200,000 of collateral, such as a second on your home. The second criteria the SBA will use is going to be the number of years in business of the business that you're buying. The more years that lender can look at for the success of the business that they're going to lend or guarantee money, the better are your opportunities. Generally, it's a minimum of 2 years. So if you're going to buy a business, it needs to be in business for at least 2 years. Many others require 3, 4, 5 years. The exception is going to be if you purchase a franchise. A franchise obviously is a new opportunity. This is very important, what I'm about to say next, and that is direct industry experience. If you want to buy a restaurant and you've never owned a restaurant, never been in the restaurant business, the SBA is going to say, I don't think we want to lend you money or guarantee money to buy a restaurant. You don't have direct industry experience. If you wanted to buy a restaurant, you'd be looking for anything collateral. You might say, well, when I was in college, I worked at McDonald's. There was a period of time that I took a job as a waiter, etc., etc. You're looking for any kind of related experience. If you're going to buy, as an example, a Waffle House, you might say, I'll never run a restaurant, a fast food, but I have the following business experience for running and owning the Waffle House, not to be a short order cook. But direct industry experience is probably, outside of credit, the number one reason people get rejected by SBA. The SBA does not like what's called rolling stock. In other words, if the assets of the business are vehicles, they can run away, as opposed to things that are built into that business, like the real estate. The types of business make a big difference, but the last item that I'm going to mention, and that is cash flow. The criteria of the SBA is that the business must cash flow. They're going to look at the business's financials and say, if you buy it, and after it pays you a reasonable salary, is there enough money left over in that business to make debt service to the bank, i.e. the SBA? So cash flow, direct industry experience, number of years in business, collateral, and of course your credit rating are the most important criteria for an SBA loan.